Okay, morning guys, how you doing? Hope you're all okay. Well, guess what, it's still raining. So anyways, welcome back, and hope you enjoyed part one of my little video of how I go about getting my images, and this is part two. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one and you're looking forward to it. And yes, I think we'll jump straight into part two. The other thing I did mention that I might do a video on how I go about editing my photos, but to be honest, the screenshot on here is not particularly very good. I don't know if it's the computer, the software, or just the screen, but it's difficult to kind of make out what it is I'm doing. So anyways, I might have another little go in a bit, I don't know, but at the minute it don't look great. So I probably won't be doing that, but if I do, you'll see it. If I don't, sorry about that. So anyways, yeah, let's jump into part two. Catch you in a bit. Okay guys, just going to show you what I'm doing now. So like I said, I've got this groin lined up right down the middle. Now what you need to decide then is where you want to focus. So obviously the post at the end there is the main focal point. So what I've got an f-stop. Now f-stops are numbers given to the size of the aperture, and it comes back to front. So the higher the f-stop, the smaller the aperture, and the lower the f-stop, the wider the aperture. I don't know why it's like that. I'm sure there's some technical reason why, but that's what it is. And at the minute I'm shooting around about the middle, so I'm on about f11. And I know f11 gives me a nice clean image from the front to the back. So I know if I focus on the back there, the front here will be in focus as well. So I've got 40th of a second, so it's not particularly that fast, but it's not particularly that slow either. So what I'm waiting for now, I'm just waiting for the sea to come in a little bit closer, and then as it goes out it will leave these streaks in the sand, and you end up taking probably quite a few images just to get one decent one. But that's the beauty of digital photography, is that if you don't like it, you just delete it. So what I'm trying to get now is just splashing over some of those posts. If I can get that all looking good. I'm on F5 actually, I don't want it on F5. Let's have a little look. Let's just change that around. I think it's because I was messing around yesterday with it. Right, here we go. So what I'm doing now, I'm just up in the f-stop, up to f11. Then I'm going to check. See now, because the aperture's closed, that's made it a lot darker. So what I need to do is just increase the shutter speed a bit. And what that does, it just allows the shutter to be open that bit longer. It's just being patient now, just waiting for those waves just to creep in. It's just getting all the elements just right. And so what I'm trying to get is I want the sea just here going out, but at the same time I want a wave just crashing over the top of those posts. Now if you ever come down this way, there's a cafe sort of about halfway along Sandbanks called Jazz Cafe. They do the most awesome hot chocolate. It's a really nice mug of hot chocolate, and you get all the cream and the marshmallows and all that kind of stuff in it. Really nice. And I think weekends they do actually have people playing jazz, so you have to watch when you're doing this kind of shot, is as the tide comes in, it'll come around your tripod, and then your tripod can move. So if you're doing a long exposure shot, and if your tripod moves, you're subject to be blurred. Okay guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you how I go about putting the filters on. So first they come with these little adapter rings, so each lens is a different size, so you get these adapter rings, and all they do, just screw on like that. And what that does, that just allows you to put the holder on. This is the holder I've got. It's pretty basic affair. You can get really expensive filters. That's the other thing, filters can be quite hugely expensive. Ones I got are probably kind of entry-level stuff really. They're not particularly that expensive. So what I'm going to do now is just going to show you how I put the filters on. The first one I'm going to put on is a graduated filter. Yeah, so all it is, literally, you just slot it in at the front there. And as you can see, as you lower it down, you get this darkness just coming down. So obviously I'm not going to use this today because there's pretty much all even. I'm just showing you just what they can do. The next one is one of the ND filters. This is a free stop, so it's not pitch black, so you probably will be able to see through it. Yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty dark. So that just slides in, normally just slides in. There you go. And like I say, you can see through that one. You put a 10 stop on. Right, so this is a 10 stop. And as you can see, you can't see a thing through that. And then I don't know how bright this show, if I can see if I can get anything through it. No, not going to show a thing. But that's a 10 stop, and you get really long exposures with that. Yeah, so this is one I use most of the time. It's the polarizer. So you slot that in there, give you some idea. Yeah, and so it's not really having any effect today because there's no light at all really. But you can just spin that around, and then that will just polarise the sun or the light, if you like. But yeah, so that's what we do. That's looking really, really lovely. Because as the tide's coming in, it's covering the post down the bottom here. And then you've got I wish I knew what that was at the end. Another bit of useless information here is John Lennon bought a house for his aunt that he lived with back in the day in Sandbanks. It's not there now. I think it's all been knocked down. It's probably made into a massive great house now. That's a nice one. So when you're doing long exposure photography, a lot of it's about timing, especially when you're after a certain thing, like with the waves coming in and around the post there. It's just time it right, just so that, because I've got 4 seconds, so you can't have, time you release the shutter, you've got to allow try and think in advance, that's what I'm trying to say, because you've got the 4 seconds, which is obviously quite a long time. I have to say, this is really, really nice. Yeah, that's looking superb, that. So I've got some lovely waves coming in now, so I'll push the shutter now. It's giving me 4 seconds, and I know that's going to smooth it right out. And you get the white coming back out into the sea. It's awesome. As you can probably see, I've just moved around slightly now. And you can see, because I'm at an angle, so I'm getting the posts in, and the kill at the post, that post at the end there again. So going focus on the far post there. I haven't got any filters on at the minute. I've got a shutter speed of, let's just have a quick look, let's knock it back down. 20th of a second. As you can see, the tide's coming, it's just starting to cover those posts. It's really lovely. Right. So what I'll do now, get my 3 stop out. Yeah, I was just saying to the photographer back there, you have to watch it. I mean, I love dogs, get me right. They do have an habit of peeing over your blooming camera bag. I had it once before. And I had one this morning, I just caught him just in time. I saw his leg go up. So I gave him a little shout, and off he went. But yeah. Right, so I've got the 3 stop in now. Oh, that's lovely. That's given me round about 2 seconds. So just wait for the water to come in and cover the whole lot. Again, you have to kind of work it out my 2 seconds would be to where the water's coming in and out. We've got a nice wave coming in now, and I know that is going to cover everything. This one, 2. Yeah, looks good, looks good. I'm really encouraged to give this a go, this long exposure photography, because it does make things look a lot different. Right, 10 stops in, and now I'm going to have to go into bulb mode for that. So again, probably about a minute. One of my favourite dogs is coming along behind me now. We used to have one of these golden retriever. They are the best dogs in the world, honestly. They are so lovely. Oh yes. Tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. Okay guys, well I'm going to call it a day now, so I hope that's given you some kind of idea of how I go about getting some of my images, certainly with the long exposure shots on the water and stuff. What I'll do is I'm going to head home now, have a look on the computer, see which ones have come out the best, and I might even do like a little video and show how I edit the photos when I get home. And to be honest, there won't be a lot of editing involved because there's literally no colour, no light, very minimalist, but the ones in the camera look superb. So yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, you know, just to quickly go through what I do, I kind of think about where I want to go. That's the first thing. When I get there, look around to see the kind of things that interest me and might make a good photo. And then I'll decide on things like aperture and shutter speed and all that kind of thing. And then like today, you know, trying different things with the water going out, getting the streaks in the sand. So yeah, that's kind of how I go about getting the images. I've just got soap now. Hope you found it interesting. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers then, bye.